He lives in Oxford. He is Spanish through and through. He has won the Hungarian Grand Prix, the youngest ever driver to win a Grand Prix. Youngest ever on the podium earlier in the season, and he was on pole here as well. A perfect weekend for Fernando Alonso, and confirmation of the result of race 13. 10 points for Alonso. Raikkonen doing so well to finish second after starting 7th. Montoya scoring vital points for Williams in 3rd. So Ralf Schumacher the same, 2 stopping. David Coulthard 5th. Then Webber, he's going to be 27 next week. Trulli 7th. And Michael Schumacher lapped just 1 point. Have a look at how the championship looks then. It really is so close at the top. 72 Michael Schumacher, 71 Montoya, 70 Raikkonen, 58 Ralf Schumacher. Those 4 still involved, 3 races to go. Mark Blundell, driver to driver, give us your assessment of Fernando Alonso.
Phew, unreal. I mean, defies belief. 22 years old, pole position, wins his first Grand Prix, youngest ever driver. Laps Michael Schumacher. I mean, it's Christmas and birthday come at once. But the other thing as well, the team does not take nothing away from Renault. And have also gone for that Friday testing.
And made all sorts of adjustments during the race, had problems, felt ill then, and right the way through this season, including his 2nd place in Spain, showed us we got a start. And this guy could well be the youngest ever world champion, because he's got 3-4 years now. Emerson Fittipaldi did it when he was 25 years of age, so he's got plenty of time to put that one away.
He's done it now.
His
name is in the record books. We all spoke about that dirty side, didn't we, at the start? And goodness me, the drivers on the clean side really profited here.
Oh, they all capitalised, but the Renaults, again, great off the start. And also the McLarens, they were mighty. Raikkonen was trying to get round at the start there, actually made it when it went into the first corner. But look at the 2 Renaults there. Alonso's already gone. He's in the distance. Webber did an outstanding job on the start there, pushed himself into 2nd position off the grid. A little bit of a mishap later on as we go down there with the 2 Williams squabbling. There's a lock-up from Michael Schumacher, but Ralf Schumacher locks up, goes wide, gets into a spin here, and basically loses all that ground, puts himself back to 19th position. But what a fight back.
And he recovered really well and showed us a lot of overtaking moves that we're perhaps not used to with Ralf Schumacher. But let's move on. Let's talk about the Ferraris and Rubens Barrichello, last year's winner here. And what a horrible moment he had, Tony. How do you explain it?
Well, it's difficult to explain. I don't think it's just the suspension. I think it's a transmission failure, which is why the whole half shaft comes out and the suspension is ripped away as well. They've done a lot of work on the transmission. They're known to have quite a secret transmission system. We have no idea what's in it. It's almost as if the whole differential blows up and then off it comes from the side. And he said he lost all his brakes, but we still saw tyre smoke after that. The deformable structures worked so well, but this rear wheel, look at that for danger. We've seen that before in Japan with a rear wheel. We've seen it with Barrichello's rear wheel coming off in Brazil as well. The catch fencing hopefully held it.
Shouldn't happen, those wheels flying around. Juan Pablo Montoya shouldn't spin towards the end of the race. He did, and he got away with it.
He did get away with it, but, you know, we heard in the commentary there that it seems like he had a problem with the downshift, and it's strange there that he spun on the entry to the corner, but maybe Schumacher's luck's transferred onto Montoya's shoulder. He got away with it.
But just briefly on that, Jim, as well, don't forget that Montoya spun when he had the lead in Australia and handed it over to David Coulthard, and he spun on lap 1 in the Canadian Grand Prix. If it was a downshift, or was it a loss of concentration? No, your man wouldn't lose concentration, would he,
Okay,
mate?
OK, we will be right back, and we'll be going down to the press conference.
For West McLaren Mercedes, Kimi Raikkonen, and scoring his first win for Renault, Fernando Alonso. Fernando, history today, youngest ever Grand Prix winner, first Spaniard, first win for Renault for 20 years. Over to you.
Too many things for one day for me at the moment. But yeah, the weekend was fantastic. Pole position, and now the victory for me is a dream come true. And, you know, I'm 22 years old and I have my first victory in the pocket. So I hope a long career here in Formula One with more victories.
It must have been a rather strange start to the race for you. You must have wondered where everybody had got to.
Yeah. At the beginning, the first 2 or 3 laps, I had Mark Webber in the mirror. And then in the 8th or 9th lap, I asked the team where are the others, and they told me 15 seconds away, and I thought, oh my God, I'm very fast now. And yeah, the first stint was very important for the result of the race, and I pushed quite a lot in the first 16, and I had a big advantage, big gap, and I did the race quite slowly after that.
And towards the end, you lapped your teammate and Michael Schumacher. Did you have any dramas?
No. It was an important moment of the race as well. 9 laps to go. I had Jarno and Michael in front of me, and I lapped them. Obviously, they have more problems than me. I had a perfect car through all the race, and I have to say thanks to the team as well.
Thank you and congratulations. Kimi, 7th to 3rd on the first lap, a great start, and that really set the tone of the race for you.
Yeah, I got a very good start actually. I tried to went outside again, but Barrichello blocked me this time, and I needed to brake on a straight line. But then I went to inside and then back to outside when everybody else moved on the inside of the corner, and I was able to brake on the clean side and got many places. And then I got past Barrichello when he had a mistake, and I stuck for a little while behind Webber, what cost quite a lot of time, but Alonso was able to pull away. But that's race, I'm quite happy with second place from the 7th, and he's better now in the championship also.
Well, that's certainly the case. Michael 72 points, Juan Pablo 71, and you 70 points now.
Yeah, now it's more close. Everything can happen in the racing, and hopefully we can improve the car and be quick in the next race also.
He's in the hunt, OK. Brief final thoughts.
Fantastic weekend. New generation of drivers coming through, and roll on Monza.
And we have to salute Fernando, don't we, Tony?
Well, of course it is. Absolutely. A little bit like Salvador Dali there, isn't he? But Formula One is back to its dramatic and closest best.
And the thumbs up finally for the circuit, I think. They changed it, and we got a terrific race here today.
Yeah, it's normally been a procession, everyone trying to get past, and overtaking was possible at turn 1. It was a great spectacle. I really enjoyed
Mark,
it.
Tony, thank you very much indeed. Just a reminder that we have Hungary highlights and more reaction from Budapest. Tonight it is right here on ITV1 starting at 11:20, and that show repeated tomorrow evening, ITV2, slightly different time, 7:35. So no Spa, that means a 3-week gap to the next instalment. It's the Italian Grand Prix. Extensive coverage throughout the weekend. On race day, September the 14th, after all the action from Monza, don't miss our coverage of the Goodwood Revival meeting. Fabulous nostalgia-filled 3 days from September the 5th to the 7th. And get there if you can. Terrific few days. Our Goodwood programme follows the Italian Grand Prix on September the 14th, and watch out for Tony and Louise going in the Jaguars. Here in the modern world, we've seen the stuff of legends. Alonso, the youngest ever Grand Prix winner. Ole Fernando, bye-bye to you all.
Formula One on ITV, sponsored by Toyota.
If you'd like to know more about Formula One, the website